Well, Zach sent a
I dropped a grenade in the chat.
pretty innocuous looking menu in the chat.
Just like little hand grenade. Like,
why would we be talking about this? What's
Why
going
would your
on?
dad? So last night, it's game 6 of the NBA Finals, and I am realizing, hey, I haven't eaten, and I need something kind of quick. There's a Raising Cane's that has now opened up in the Valley. I'm like, hey, I've had Raising Cane's like once, like maybe 10 years ago.
sure.
I remember liking it.
Katie chimed in. It's good, but it's not that good. Hasn't seen the vision quite yet.
I'm like, I remember liking it, but again, it's been like 10 years. So you know what? It's got a quick delivery time right now. I'll just do that. So I'm going through the menu. And granted, I'm sure this is a typo for both these items, but Texas toast, $149. A chicken finger, $219.
Jack, I don't think it's a typo.
Are they like discouraging people from buying a la carte and they're like combos only?
Well, no, because the chicken sandwich that has 3 tenders in it or 3 chicken fingers in it was like $8 or something like that.
Okay, that
So it
seems
has
a
to
little
be
more
a typo.
reasonable.
It
You know what
has
I
to be
really
a
love
typo.
about this though? The crinkle cut
Great
fries are a
price.
great price because
Yeah.
they're
They're
actually
great
an accurate
price.
price.
I should get some of that sauce in there.
Relative to everything else on the menu. This is a steal.
Dude,
They're
the
basically
fries
giving it
with
to
the
you.
sauce is better than chicken with the sauce. Is that a hot take? I think
Ooh,
the
I
fries
don't-
with the sauce is better than chicken with the sauce.
I don't
let's
think
Let's
At
see if
Raising
I
Cane
bet.
specifically.
Yeah, Raising Cane's.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Yeah,
a 75 finger tailgate's $130.99. Texas toast still $149.
but it's not a
Chicken
decimal
finger is still
issue.
$219.
It's not like Texas toast would be $14.90.
No, but wouldn't it be $149?
$149. Yeah, so it's
A
two
dollar
decimals off.
$49?
Oh,
Yeah.
because this is an
And a chick-
individual chicken finger, so it should be.
That's what I'm
$2.19.
or a 20-pound chicken finger.
Well, I mean, no. Listen, it says 130 calories, so there's no way that's more than like one chicken.
One,
finger.
it's one chicken finger.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, it is. It is.
Because you're in the extra section anyway,
Now-
so it's like,
yeah.
would you want
Now,
to?
someone did respond on Blue Sky saying the sushi spot near them used to price stuff that they were out of at $999, but I don't think that's what the situation is. I think we've got a
Well.
decimal point that's off a couple of spots.
Yeah.
So they're trying to discourage you from ordering it, but if you do order it, it's on you.
They're making a lot of money. Yeah.
It's kind of a good business plan.
So I did not order Raising Cane's last night
Aw.
to experiment on it.
Oh,
I'm intrigued by a $200 chicken finger, though. I got to be honest.
I kind of want Raising
Yeah.
Cane's now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Your product placement worked, Zach.
Promo code Mailbag.
what's up, Dad?
Hi, honey. How you doing?
How's summer vacation?
Amazing.
Papa Maze.
Oh, I am in total summer vacation mode. It's back to the days of COVID. I wake up when I'm no longer tired. I sleep when I'm tired. I eat when I feel. I have no idea what day it is, except you sent me a thing saying that the mailbag was today. It's lovely.
So no show, no school, post wedding,
Yeah.
relaxation.
I don't
Can
know.
we get-
I don't know if I remember. I don't know if I told you, but I mean, I literally my June was planned until your wedding reception, and then after that, there is nothing on my calendar for the rest of June, except we have to try to figure out when to have lunch.
Yeah, because it's
My
your birthday.
Pride weekend, but I haven't got a schedule from Mark yet, so I don't know what we're doing. So
Wait, when is your birthday, Papa Maze?
June 28th.
8 days.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got him a wedding for Father's Day. So
Yeah, I got it. But you better give me a birthday present. God,
You better figure out how to top it. Like,
Yeah.
I've been consistently lumping Father's Day and his birthday together for decades. So this is nothing new.
Yeah, he is,
It's one or the other.
I can remember him being like 8 or 9 years old and complaining sincerely and bitterly. I don't think it's fair that I should have to come up with 2 presents in the same
Yeah.
month for you.
It's too close
point.
together.
That's a good point.
A month of separation, even just being out of June one way or the other. Would have
Uh.
tipped the scales. But unfortunately, you're like the kid who has his birthday too close to Christmas. You know?
Yes,
Mm.
like your poor aunt Grace, whose birthday is like 3 days after Christmas. It's the worst. But
No
no,
one cares.
I've never had my own birthday because I have a brother who is 1 year younger than me, and his birthday is 3 days after mine. So we always had in my family what was called birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mother remarried a man whose birthday was the same day as my brother's birthday. So all three of us had the same birthday. I never had my own birthday, ever. Bitter? No, not at all.
No, it doesn't bother you at all. You're not still talking
haven't
about
noticed. Would have never guessed.
I'm going to be 67, and I haven't complained about it for the last 10 seconds. So there you are.
Look great. You look great. I would have never guessed that.
Wait a second.
There, I fixed my hair for you.
Did the price?
So are
change
you
that?
still married, Anthony?
it. Still married.
Okay, good. Let me know if anything changes.
We've made it almost a week.
Excellent. Yay.
Yeah.
So proud of you.
I love the let me know when anything changes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good.
Him directly, not the general public, just a specific direct call out to my dad, being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
How
you got
was,
an update."
I
How
don't
was
get the call
how-
first. You're in trouble.
how was the reception? How was it?
I think it was lovely. I think everything they wanted to happen happened. Anthony was in his blissful, my son is always the last one to leave the dance floor, and I'm assuming that held true.
Actually, baby medulla lasted longer than I did on the dance floor.
It was a newborn baby.
That baby was not a week old.
Yeah.
That baby was new. That baby was this big.
Baby's
Yep.
tiny.
The baby
And
was killing the dance floor. Yeah.
And I only ever saw what even looked like anything less than happiness cross Isabel's face once. And I couldn't pin it on.
Did it mean do something stupid like?
But it was like, well, something didn't go the way Isabel wanted it to go. But then she was over it and moved on, so it was fine. Because I always worry about the bride at wedding receptions more than grooms because they have too much riding on. It's all supposed to go a certain way, and But I couldn't detect anything not going the way it was supposed to go. It was all just fine.
Yeah, I mean, we had anticipated most of like the things that could have been a situation. Like she was worried about the first dance, but then we decided, all right, everybody come up and do the first dance with us, and I think that covered that situation. And it was more once you're in the flow of it, I don't think there's really that much that you can really, you don't have time or energy because you're talking to too many people to actually like be worried about stuff. My dad scared the shit out of the wedding coordinator.
Excellent.
Scared the shit out of her. She's like, I hope Walter's not mad at me anymore.
Would she let Bruno crash?
No.
Bruno
did not make it out to the West Coast.
I was very disappointed.
I asked about Bruno. Yeah, I asked.
Didn't see any root beer.
I would have put that boy on a plane and sent him out. I would have done it.
He was my only cousin who said congratulations. He like sent me an Instagram DM and was like, "Hey,
he's a big fan of the pod."
Yeah, there was the setup of the facility had an ante room that was for the pre-reception cocktail thing, and then it had a big dining room and it had a bar. And if all of the attendees were there and the dining room wasn't open, the space was not designed to hold all of the people that were there. And the ante room was getting really full. And this was before I figured out to just open the goddamn window so that the San Francisco fog wind would start blowing in because the room was getting hot. Anyway, so I have paid for 2 hours of open bar. And my bar is supposed to start at 6 o'clock. So at like 5:59, I go out to the bar and I talk to the bartender who I had met earlier. And, he brought up some bottles of good booze and put them up behind the counter for me because he knew what I liked and everything. And I said, so what's the deal? When can I have my first drink? And he says, you get your drinks as soon as the toast is over because all they were serving was champagne from 5:30 on. And I went, okay. So I went to either the bride or the groom. Maybe they were together, maybe they weren't. And I said, something about a toast. And Anthony looks at me like I'm crazy because it's always my fault when I bring him the bad information, right? Like,
why would you say something so stupid?
Why would you say something so
Why would my dad say something so stupid?
So true. And I said, so what's the deal with the toast? Because the bartender says he can't open the bar. Well, anyway, so Anthony didn't know. So maybe I ran it by Isabel. Maybe I went back to the bar and tried to argue one more time. Then Mark, who is more of a booze hound than anybody at that reception was, Mark goes out and
Amin was there.
Oh, Amin was there. That's right.
That's true.
But Mark goes out and tries to negotiate, and still nothing. And so it is now 6:15, and I turn to Isabel and I say, "I need to find the wedding coordinator. Who's in charge?" And Isabel looks at me like, "What did I do? What did I do?" And I said, "No.
Oh,
You
poor
didn't do
Isabel.
anything wrong, honey. Who is the person who is supposed to be running interference for you? Because you're the bride, and you should not be running interference at your own wedding. Because I am there, and I'm a director, and my friend Holly is there, and she is a professional producer of high-level events." And it's like, we can't stand it when things don't run when they're supposed to run, where they're supposed to go. So they find her, the wedding coordinator comes over, and I leaned down from my enormous height in a room that is full of people making lots of noise. So I have raised my voice, and I leaned down to her and I said, "Hello, I don't mean to go all father of the groom on you, but I really need you to solve something for me." And I laid out the whole thing to her, and I said, "What is this toast thing that the bride and groom know nothing about?" And she looks at me and says, "I'll take care of it." And I said, "Thank you so much." And she went away and she did the thing. She knew nothing about this toast. No one knew. So she went out. I, meanwhile, am standing over again. At 6:21, she comes back over to me and she finds me and she says, "Well, we solved the problem. The bar is now open," and looks at me very sweetly and says, "And what would you like to drink?" Not only did she solve the problem, but she's going to ameliorate it with alcohol by giving the father of the groom, who is paying for the goddamn drinks.
See, that's more how it probably came out, that like, "Hello, there's something happening in the other room and the bartender doesn't know exactly."
I'm Team
what
Walter
this
here.
is."
No, I like
Yeah.
his version.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Walter.
Well, but the thing is, Anthony, no matter what I do, even with the best of intentions, if you don't know me,
Big man, loud, scary time.
big, loud, scary white man is standing in front of you, and he's frightening, and that's just the way it is. So, yeah. But it was,
Yeah.
I
So
gotta
what
say
happened?
that there was nothing to me that was scary about Papa Mays at all. Meeting him in person for the first time, I felt nothing but like love.
It was great.
she's. I got to tell you, I mean, it really was in many ways. I was so glad I had you guys at the table with me. But it was like, these are people that I've known forever. It's the false intimacy of podcasts. I mean, it really is. It's like, I absolutely was so comfortable with you guys there, and it was like, of course I know Eden. And then Eden and Mark started talking, and there was no stopping them. Mark and Eden were just like into each other the rest of the evening. It was so beautiful. Mark did that thing that he does, which only I have to get him drunk, and then he does it, and he says, "Yeah. If I wasn't married, that Eden, that'd be great, yeah." I said, "Oh, I'm just going to call Allison right now and tell her how you feel." He says, No, man, you don't have to do that. It's okay, So you made a big impression on Mark.
No, man. You don't have to call
Wives
my
love
wife.
to hear that.
I know, yeah.
They love it.
Oh, yes.
I'm just glad I
wasn't
made
stuck
a
with
good
this whole
impression.
bag.
Yeah.
It was very generous for you to include us at your table.
Oh, yeah.
Very generous.
Yeah. Oh, you were just adorable. You're adorable.
I
Yeah,
can't
it was
believe
Zach-
I can't
I
believe
mean,
it.
Nobody's
Yeah.
ever called Zach
Yeah.
adorable.
No.
Not true. Not
Oh my
true. I was
God.
called adorable literally yesterday.
Zach is he was like total. I even said it in the toast. I mean, he's a total gentleman. He's there. He does his thing. He's cool. And for all of the shit that I built up in my mind about Amin, he was wonderful. There was nothing
He
wrong
was on his pretty good behavior.
I'm so glad.
Pretty good behavior.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I
He
was
on his
nervous.
pretty
Have
good
a best
Yeah,
behavior?
Of course.
Big,
Not his best
scary,
behavior.
loud
He was on
white dad intimidated him. I hope that's what happened.
I was nervous because I knew I was sitting with Walter, but I was like, I have a Zach and an Amin also, and I was like, not sure if Zach and Amin were invited at the table. And I gotta say, I love.
I wasn't sure either.
Was like, I love her. I like him. Jury's still
Yeah.
out on him.
Yeah, that was a great line. Oh, that was a great line. I love Eden. Zach, I like.
Amin
Jury's still out on Amin. Yeah.
still deciding. Yeah.
Oh God.
That tracks.
Yeah. It worked out just right with my friends and the three of you. There was just enough seats at our table. I was afraid I'd miscounted, but I didn't. I did it just right. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, what? It was your lifelong friends, and then Zach Eden and Amin.
Yeah.
My lifelong friends, my boyfriend, and then Zach Eden and Amin. Yeah.
It is hard. Like when you have a small group that you need to fit in somewhere. It's like, where do you put them?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of envisioning a different scenario playing out with the tables because we didn't assign seats for anybody, but it ended up working out pretty well. I think everybody figured it out. A couple people got to have some secluded dining up on the balcony. There was two couples.
I was jealous of that. Oh man, that looks so nice. Yeah.
But Dad, Zach was saying that you told him who was allowed to sit at the table, and then you walked away.
He told Eden, and he's like, all right, these people were like, we don't know who they are. And then people started coming to the table, and he's like, Walter said, no one else can, only certain people. And they're like, we're good. And we're like, I don't know what to do. We don't know what to do.
I was like, I'm doing my best. I was like, Walter, I tried.
We're the people you wanted there, which was great. But yeah, we felt very helpless.
We did our best. We did our absolute best.
You did a fine job.
So yeah, the bartender mishap was really the only hiccup, and that has more or less been resolved. And then, Dad, have I told you about the beans yet?
And no.
So got four or five trays of leftovers after the wedding. Took some of them to the after party, like the appetizers got eaten. And then the next day, opened up the trays excitedly for a little like midday snack, and the one labeled tri-tip full of green beans.
No.
And then the next tray full of green beans.
Tri-tip was so good too.
Oh my God.
So we ended up with about 10 pounds of leftover green beans and a tray of salmon. The salmon's been great, but what I learned after the fact was that apparently the green bean lady was being very stingy.
Oh,
yes, for sure.
She was only giving out 2 to 3 green beans per person.
What?
It's a preposterous strategy for that. I didn't get to deal with the buffet line because they just like made a plate for us. But yeah, that was the report, was that green bean lady was holding back for whatever reason.
They're going to want to be disappointed later when they think this is a tri-tip.
Yep. The misleading was excellent. It was good.
Trick.
Yeah, it was awesome. Dad, do you wanna go over your a marriage is like podcasting wedding speech?
Loved it.
Well, I had to come up with, I don't know. I had to come up with something that made sense to your adult life. And since I know literally nothing about basketball, I couldn't make it be a basketball metaphor.
Although, now that you throw that out there, life is like a marriage is like basketball. I'd like to hear the alternate version.
Yeah, that'd be great. You always got to be ready.
Sometimes you're on offense, sometimes you're on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, it was just I was thinking, okay, what's the deal from the standpoint of somebody because you've always been the kind of person who is really good at, well, not with me, but with others. You're really good at mediating and keeping your voice calm and your head level. It's only when you get really, really frustrated on the pod with Amin or sometimes Zach that I'll hear that voice that I know so well. That is just, you're just shrieking at me. But most of the time in your world, you are perceived more as a calming influence than someone who stirs the pot. And I'm thinking, okay, but if you're in a relationship, you don't have the opportunity to mediate between yourself and someone else. So what are the things? So that's when I started thinking of, well, what does a producer do, and how do you be the producer and the on-air talent at the same time? And it's like, and that's where the things, about keeping the levels and checking your mics and remembering to press record. And then it was just a matter of throwing it together, and it started to work. And then I was very pleased with it. And then I ran it through my Grammarly, so that I said, make sure this is no longer than 5 minutes, and Grammarly cut one sentence, which was lovely. And then it was fine. Because I was afraid
love
I was gonna go
Grammarly.
long. I was
Grammarly's
afraid I was
great.
gonna be too long.
Big fan.
Yeah. Did you know that Darlene's speech was unsanctioned?
You didn't think Darlene was going to say anything? You thought she was just going to introduce?
Isabel thought Darlene was going to say a couple sentences and
Interesting.
introduce the parents, and then
Wow.
and then she
Interesting.
at the end.
But you know what
Interesting.
Darlene does for a living?
Yeah, Darlene got the
curious.
mic, and then that was that. And then
that was a pretty poor assumption on Isabel's part, based on what I know of Darlene. So
yeah, I think I wasn't that surprised. I think Isabel was a little surprised, but it went off well, so that was a lot of fun. Darlene was on this podcast, I want to say 2 years ago for a couple months. We had a good one with her. But yeah, she's doing great as a stand-up. She's got a couple multi-million view Instagram posts, so she's doing well. And yeah, the whole thing was very much in her voice, which
Is she doing bits?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda
Oh,
doing
yeah.
her
For
act.
sure.
Stand up,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
How long have
And-
you two been together? One day.
Anybody
Yeah,
from
she-
here? Anybody from out of town?
Yeah.
She did some
Good
crowd
crowd
work,
work.
you know. She walked up to
What do you do for a
strangers
living?
and asked them what their jobs were. How long you guys been married? How many marriages you been to? She called me out for my extensive and useless movie knowledge, which was accurate
Disagree.
among other things. I mean, yeah, I guess it is pretty useful if we have a podcast where we do it
Yeah.
every week.
Came useful yesterday. Zach nailed a trivia question, random question in the
Oh, I
basketball.
did. Yo, that was pretty clutch.
That was pretty
That was
impressive.
pretty clutch. Yeah.
What was the on what?
Our pregame show group chat, one of the guy who basically runs the whole thing questioned Zach, said, I show one movie it's not a musical but music based.
One clip.
One clip from a movie that's not a musical but music based. Zach, can you guess the movie
And the clip.
and the clip? And it took a minute or two, and then all of a sudden we just go 8 Mile, and everybody in
I
the chat
said
was
the
part of
rap battle from 8 Mile. Yeah, because at first I said, because I was thinking it was sports themed. I was like, okay, so maybe it's the jail scene from The Replacements. And then I said, oh wait, you said music based. Never mind. And then I said, I don't know, rap battle from 8 Mile, and he was like, holy shit, and then showed me a picture of their war room or whatever, and it was that exact scene. Nailed it.
Yeah, Zach's movie knowledge coming in clutch. Sorry, I just derailed the pod. Continue.
it's all right.
Oh, it's a good compliment.
You didn't derail
Like,
shit.
I'll allow
I
it.
wanted to
I'll
know.
allow it.
It was totally useful, Mo. Just like my movie knowledge, everything has its purpose.
Yeah,
Zach
but there,
will allow
there is one
compliments.
there is one thing that I forgot to say to you and Amin, Zach, and that is, God damn it, when are you cowards gonna do You Can't Stop the Music
Yeah.
on the fucking pod?
Oh,
Village
I'll
people.
find a way to daisy chain to it. Does it qualify?
Oh,
Yep.
it's so bad. It
Denim.
qualifies both on both. Yes.
We need denim as the daisy chain for that one.
Stop.
Every time I look it up, it's not streaming, but yeah, that is
That
long
doesn't
been
stop
my
me.
dad's earmarked movie
Ooh.
choice.
No, I have to come on and do it with you. That's the problem.
Yes.
Gutenberg.
Yes.
I didn't know Gutenberg was in this. I'm in.
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
seen this.
Gutenberg. Oh my God.
Oh, Gutenberg. Oh,
Caitlyn
Gutenberg.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay, so can I ask a follow-up question? So we didn't miss a champagne toast. There wasn't one, right? That just
No,
didn't-
so this was
So they were
fully
just
on
giving out
them.
champagne.
Yeah.
Okay,
The idea
Okay.
was when everybody gets there, they get a glass of champagne.
gotcha.
The toast
Okay.
obviously came closer to 7 once everybody was in the other room.
Right.
Okay, there was a toast in the other room.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that was our speech, right? Like that Isabel.
Yeah,
and I
that
gave.
was the
Okay,
toast.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
because
what they had on their, they have champagne toast written on their little package.
agenda, yeah.
And I was just like, we're not doing a toast. We just want you to have the champagne ready.
Yeah.
Got
so
it.
then they're like, well, we can't open the bar until
Yeah.
someone talks. And it's like, what the hell
Yeah.
are you talking about?
And then they also had on their agenda, once it becomes a cash bar, pour the tiniest amount of
Yep.
alcohol into a drink that you
Which is
can
just
legally call it an alcoholic drink.
since you've been telling me that, don't they have that backwards? Or
Exactly.
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it?
You want to make
It
as
makes
much.
no sense.
Like, if any,
After
like,
needs to be at that reception.
if anything, they should have been pouring light when it was
absolutely
open
when it was
bar.
on Walter, right? That's when it should have been pouring light.
But then they made this the baffling decision to be like, well, it's a cash bar now, and now we're gonna have horrible service.
Yeah.
So
So
who
the cash
knows?
bar wasn't good?
No.
Well,
they started
stopped
like,
pouring.
They stopped pouring, and they so we're now ordering doubles, and you're getting almost what a single drink amount of alcohol would be.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Like
had
it was
backwards.
crazy. And then the last like 15 20 minutes they decided of the bar, they decided to have of the open bar, they decided to have a team meeting. So they weren't going to serve it to anybody.
Oh, that's cool. So they weren't weak drinks
Super
when
dope.
it was not a cash
No,
bar.
they were fine. They were totally
Yeah.
It's
fine.
because they saw that my dad had left, so they had a team meeting.
They weren't
to
scared
huddle up,
anymore.
We're good, guys.
recover, and
Scary guy's gone.
empathize about how horrifying of an experience that was.
Oh Lord, I wasn't. I mean, after I had their first Manhattan, which wasn't any good until I supplemented it with a bourbon from my flask, I just went up and I kept ordering doubles of the bottle of Old Forester, reminding them I paid for this. It's up there. It's mine. Give me double, and then I would just get ice chips with it, and that's what I drank for the rest of the
Yeah. Oh, I saw you bust out that flask. I got so happy.
Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Respect.
I don't go to events over which I have no control without a flask ever.
Yeah. Well, I saw him bust out the flask and pour it into his own drink. I thought this man knows exactly what he's doing. I'm at the right table.
Yes, you am.
Welcome to the Friday Mailbag. It's Friday. We are back after a little sabbatical. My dad has just
He's gone.
He was like, we
Intro.
did the wedding part, and now I'm just all right. No,
Definitely
He's like, I'm on
wrong
vacation this
button.
month. I'm not doing shit.
Irish
Definitely hit the
goodbye.
wrong
It's so
button
bad.
and an Irish goodbye
That's
out of here.
Wild. Irish goodbye in your face.
Oh, there
And
he
now
is.
he's back.
The minute you said welcome, my screen
Yep.
went blank.
Yep.
So
Shut it down.
We thought you left on purpose. You're like, I did the intro, talked about the wedding. Bye, guys.
did what I
Okay,
had to do. I'm out. Bye.
And we're going to get back to what we do best on this podcast, which is food questions that make Eden hungry.
I'm so hungry.
She did not properly eat before the pod, so now we have to ask, what's the best additions or substitutions to a BLT? Which is white bread, lettuce, tomato, bacon, mayo, salt, and pepper are what you are working with to start.
The best
I have
addition is
to
an
tell
egg.
you,
Avocado.
I'm in a real BLT place in my life, like every day. Like it's really taken over. I've always thought of it kind of as an inferior sandwich, like not enough going on. And I just didn't even touch them for years. And I made one a few weeks ago, and I was like, "What the fuck have I been doing?"
Exactly. So same,
And I
same,
think-
exact same sandwich every day, or any variations.
I do try variations, but what I've discovered is that you got to keep it classic, really, for the most part. You can't go too crazy. I think you can only add like really one thing.
What
You
was
pick
the
one.
craziest variation you made where you were like, oh, this was a bad decision?
I did
Doing too
a
much,
BLT grilled cheese that I didn't care for how it really came together.
Yeah, I mean, did you put the lettuce and tomato in before you grilled it?
I can't remember how I did it, but probably
Because
because then I've tried different ways in the air fryer. I do sometimes like to drizzle like a little, this is kind of trashy, Olive Garden dressing on the tomatoes.
Okay.
Like
Well,
balsamic,
what it-
or like what does that mean? What
Like-
is Olive,
like-
Olive
Does
Garden?
Olive Garden have their
Yeah,
own dressing
yeah,
that's
what
not
does
a
Olive
Yeah.
Garden
normal
dressing
type of
mean?
dressing?
Olive Garden has their own dressing.
Their
Anthony.
Italian dressing they put on their salad.
Okay, it's
I
an-
like to
it's an
drizzle that a
Italian.
little bit on the tomatoes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
overall,
That's all right.
And
Yeah.
the tomatoes must be touching the bread with the mayo. They cannot
Oh,
be
yeah.
in the
yeah.
middle.
Okay.
No, as with almost all things, it's food. I'm going to have a very strong. There's a one way to do it and leave it alone opinion. And the thing is, the BLT can feel like a kind of an ordinary sandwich because people don't always use the best ingredients.
Right.
Everything in a BLT, if it is tip top stuff like incredibly crisp iceberg lettuce, fresh
Mhm.
ripe tomatoes,
Yes.
Duke's mayonnaise, not mildly put on, but slathered the fuck on the bread, and
A nice
thick
sourdough.
country white, thick
Oh,
country
Country
okay.
white.
white
I'm here for the
bread,
country white.
light,
Yeah.
toasted, and then good bacon. Oh yeah, no, it's a
Crispy
heavenly-
bacon.
heavenly-
Must be crispy.
must be crispy, almost shattered to the tooth. Yeah.
Yes.
Paul, none of your
Ugh.
Australian bacon.
No.
on a
Weird,
BLT.
sad
No.
ham.
As many nitrates
Sorry,
as
Paul.
possible.
Yes, Paul Bowles World Championship bacon does not consist of a good BLT. I mean, I heard egg and
I like an egg.
avocado,
Yeah, I like an egg on an
a belt
BLT.
or a balt.
Belt or balt.
I think avocado is the one I see the most.
Yeah.
I don't see the egg that
I
often.
think an egg would be
'cause-
really good.
But the egg would instantly make it a breakfast sandwich, right? So
Yeah.
now you've
But
moved
you already
it
have
up in the
bacon,
day.
so you can use it really any time of day.
That's true. I mean, you add turkey to it, you're almost 90% of the way
turkey
to
club.
a club sandwich. So
Yeah.
like
I do love
you
a
can't
turkey
add
club.
that because
Yeah,
otherwise
turkey
it's not a
clubs are so
BLT.
good.
Any other like meat protein thing? I like that punctuation of the train.
I know.
It's like Stu Gott's weekend observations right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm a
Bacon.
cheese
Dude.
enthusiast, I say no cheese on a BLT.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think it needs
And I
it.
love
I
cheese.
mean, I think
but it's
avocado
gotta
is
taste.
the answer because you kind of want to like if the bacon is still like the accent but the protein at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that's the right mix. Otherwise, like you put too much ham on it. It's a ham sandwich. You
Ham.
Right.
put
Like
Ham.
I'll do turkey, but then it's basically
Ham.
a turkey club then, so it's not a BLT.
yeah. Do you think a turkey club sandwich has to have that third?
No,
bread?
we don't need that.
Club sandwiches, by definition, are triple deckers. That's
I
how they
understand
work.
that, but
Yeah.
if you make a BLT with
Oh.
turkey, isn't that just a goddamn club sandwich?
Not unless you add the third thing.
No, you need the
All
third.
right.
You need the third.
So it's a
So if you have
turkey
a-
BLT
Oh,
then.
wow, I didn't
So if you have
realize
a
that.
third piece of bread in the BLT, is that a
It has to be
BLT
cut.
club?
You have to
double
cut it
T.
into
Triangles.
diagonal quarters, and you got to put a little
Toothpick.
through it. Then it's a club
Toothpick.
sandwich.
Man,
And the toothpick has to
that's
have
a-
the little colored
Little
cellophane
plastic.
on the
Correct.
top.
Mhm, absolutely.
Can't be a
Cellophane color,
regular. Yeah.
There was a time when I thought the club sandwich was the single greatest invention ever put on this earth
Oh.
because of that third piece of bread.
Yes.
Oh, I remember.
I was ordering them wherever I could.
You didn't know.
And-
You didn't know sandwiches could get that tall.
I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah.
It was a sandwich almost the size of you. You were so
Basically,
excited.
basically Maze's height. Yeah.
And LT Smash needs to know that a Big Mac is a club sandwich only if you add bacon to it.
Oh.
Which I'm sure you can do. at
Are there tomatoes
Now-
on
now
Big
you
Mac?
can.
McDonald's.
But you can put them
No,
on
there's
there
no
if they're not
tomatoes.
there. Special sauce is what ruins it for me. Oh, that's right. None of you are old enough to know the jingle. To all be Patty special
Hey,
sauce.
special
better-
sauce,
That's
let's
like
cheese,
sesame
pickles, onions on a
bun.
sesame seed bun.
Sesame bun. Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Sorry. I don't know
Wow.
what it was.
We
That
old.
was beautifully executed.
Well,
By
that was the jingle. So yeah.
To all beef patty special
Is that a
sauce,
jingle
let's
or
cheese-
is that just a fucking?
No, that was a jingle. No, it was a
a
word
jingle.
vomit.
It was
had
a
a-
jingle.
it
No.
had a melody.
It doesn't
We-
seem
we
to have
have
any
those.
rhym to it, or
Well, that was us.
To all beef
Getting
patty
through
special
it.
sauce, lettuce,
It
cheese, pickles,
was
onions on a sesame seed bun.
Are they still making commercial jingles these days? Is that a dying industry?
They tried with AT&T, Chet, and
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That,
Well,
no.
is it a jingle if you're just stealing
If it's a sample?
existing
Yeah.
song?
it's the today's
Mm.
version of a jingle.
Yeah.
Fair.
I mean,
Wendy's
I feel like
took
the
the
last one
workaholics
was.
theme.
I feel like the last one wasn't it like Pusha T wrote the McDonald's one or whatever?
Was that the
Who wrote
last
the
one?
McDonald's
I'm
jingle?
loving it.
Yeah, I think I'm loving it. Sorry, it's written by Pharrell. My bad. That makes more
Mm.
sense than Pusha T, although that would be hilarious. And then sung by Justin Timberlake.
Mm.
So I think that's the last one.
Well,
Okay.
Burger King.
What a
Somebody said it
banger.
in the chat. Have it your way. Wasn't that kind of like a?
But what
BK,
new
have it
ones?
your
Are they still
way.
making them now?
Yeah,
Like,
Right. Those are a while
but
ago.
these are all
yeah.
classics or like
Have it your way.
re-recorded.
Have it your way is from when I was in high school. So
Yeah.
Okay.
BK, have
Are
it
they
your
making
way.
1974.
They're really phoning that one in.
Yeah.
What is the most
Are you going to
recent commercial
jingles.com,
jingle?
Zach?
Yeah, jingles.com. Someone
Reddit.
look it up. Yeah.
This is from 2 years ago. Reddit. Are commercial jingles dead? Someone said, "Hell no! I have so many fucking jingles stuck in my head, and I wish I didn't. They're quite
What's
effective.
the emu one?
Companies spending billions, but they didn't name a single one. Love your
Yeah.
answer. Would you say you've heard any new jingles?
Right.
All right. So
Farmers
I do
Insurance. Does that count?
yeah, that's pretty recent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there are new ones. They just don't stick. I mean, when I looked it up here,
Sure.
I got DoorDash flowers for every Valentine. I've
don't
I
got
don't know that one. Yeah.
Keys,
Papa
keys,
John's.
Can I?
Give me that.
No.
Papa John's famous jingle. Give me that.
Not familiar.
The T-Mobile. That T-Mobile home internet feeling.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Yeah.
Got nothing.
I think officially they're dead. I think they
All
keep
right, fine.
trying, but
It's the one.
Okay, so have
God.
it your way. So is the BK have it your way where they're like BK because
have
have it
it
your
your
way has been around for a
way.
while, but the BK have it your
Okay.
way is
That's
that
in the last
newer?
few years. Yes.
Yeah, where they like remixed it, right? Yeah.
yeah, those are
It's
new
not
lyrics
good.
to an old melody.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So maybe that counts.
Because that was constantly in my head.
But that could even be like 15 years ago, and we just think of it as new.
Yeah. I'm thinking, where are the jingles from this last decade?
You know what I think happened? Part of it, I think the death of Alan Thicke has killed jingles because he wrote so many like intros to
right.
songs. You
You
know,
know, it was about
because he was
when
prolific. He was prolific in
that
writing this
that
shit.
tracks. Yeah.
You know, Corn Nuts used to put out some wild jingles.
Corn Nuts got down.
There's
Nuts
a
went
couple
crazy.
that are whoa.
Ah, okay.
Corn Nuts went.
It's like locking yourself
Nuts.
in your room and going. They're a lot of fun. Highly recommend.
all right. So this was submitted a little while back here. It's a 4-quadrant food map of you can only pick one side to eat from forever. And now I really got like my question lies directly on this y-axis here. Where like
Yeah.
what
Can
side
we
is
take down
Italy
the?
on?
Can we take that down the banner just for a second?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
So it's going right down the middle of basically Italy to Germany, it looks like.
Okay.
I'm taking B.
Yeah.
B
B's a
has a
no-brainer.
lot of surface
Yeah.
area.
It's a no-brainer.
No, I'm
Yeah.
taking D.
I'm taking D, yeah, because that
It's
includes
because of the-
Southeast Asia and Korea
Yeah,
and
it's because
Taiwan.
of the
I
And you
can't
get that
cut
good
off
Australian
Japan.
bacon.
I know, I
Yeah.
know.
British politics
I go
of
from
Japan.
everything, all the
I go
things
from
like are all
pasta-
given B and D because of Australia and India and half of Africa.
But I'm going from pasta to Chinese food to sushi. Like I'm pretty happy with
I
my
think I
selection
go
Greek
B.
right there.
food, right?
Greek
Yeah.
food. I get there's a touch of like it's either Egypt or Libya, so I get some of my Arabic food. You know, I got the Middle
a
East
touch,
as well,
though.
so
Yeah.
I have hummus, I have all the stuff I need there.
Yeah.
Like I kind of have everything I need in B.
Yeah, I think
can-
I
When
would
you
have to
move the line
sacrifice
up a little, it's a
Japanese
lot
food
harder.
for the rest of Asian food. Yeah.
If I can slice off enough of Italy and enough of Mexico, A jumps up into consideration for me. If
I don't
Italy
know.
is not in there and
Yeah.
Mexico's not in there,
Well, you're getting parts of Italy,
it's
right?
B. What's what I mean? I think I'm getting like northwest
You're
Italy.
getting like
But that's still. I mean, that's still.
I
That's
think that
still
still
not bad.
counts. I think you're still getting
Spain in there, right?
some
Like,
essentials. You're getting France.
yeah.
You're getting fish and chips. Thank God. You know
Those
how
fish
do you
and
survive
chips.
without
Yeah.
that?
Fish and chips is always good in theory, but it somehow seems to always disappoint.
Have you
I
ever
don't
had
know.
something
You know
good?
what? I got it in the
afterwards?
UK. In the UK, I got it. Like I've never been a fish and chips person, and then I was like, okay,
Anywhere
yeah, it
outside
happens.
the UK, then, but like anywhere else
can't eat
outside
it
the
all the
UK,
time.
it just never.
Do you?
Never
All
really
right.
hit.
Are you getting the Indian food that they stole over to
Yeah.
the UK?
No,
Ooh.
that shouldn't count. That shouldn't count because
I don't think that should count. I think they got to
Okay,
give
so
that
then
up.
you-
Origin only.
You're
Yeah.
talking
Is
that
what we're
origin
doing?
only. If you're talking origin only, A is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. A is a no, hard
A is a
no.
no. If I can't bring
But maybe that's not
colonial
fair.
powers and colonization into this,
I mean,
then
colonization is big here. This is.
Yeah. colonization.
Don't put
is
that on
huge.
the
Colonization changes everything.
It's a
Right.
whole different deal.
Speaking of colonization, yeah.
Yeah.
But C is not getting a lot of love. I'm gathering from the panel.
I don't mind C. I just
Yeah.
it's just
South
not
America,
variety, I feel
yeah.
like.
West Africa.
Especially if it's all indigenous.
Yeah, it's a lot of rice and
Yeah.
beans.
Like you do
Which I don't mind.
lose like arepas and cachapas.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I mean,
I'm
B, you're
not
getting a lot of
getting-
borscht.
But you
Yeah,
got yeah.
In terms of volume, yes.
Yeah, you get a lot of borscht.
If I
Yeah,
have
but
to eat the, if I have to eat the borscht,
You got
I
to
mean,
eat
you
the
got-
every
Mediterranean
once in a while,
in
just
B.
to switch it up, you got it.
You know, you can have a buffet line of all of the items
Yeah.
in B, and then
Yeah.
you'll end up walking home with 10
You're
pounds
gonna
of
have a
borscht.
bowl of borscht at some point. Yeah, you gotta.
You're gonna
have
I like
to get there.
I like the schnitzel in Germany. Like we're doing okay. Just
Where are you
borscht
hitting?
is-
Yeah,
You get a little bit of
where's
Germany.
Germany? Yeah, you get a little bit of
I
Germany.
think you're
right?
going
Yeah.
right down the middle on Germany.
You got
think we
that.
They
need
did
a
that with the
better map.
wall
I
one.
was
Yeah.
about to say,
Yeah,
wasn't
they
there
had-
a
Maybe
wall?
that was the inspiration for the y-axis was the Berlin Wall here.
Oh,
I was like,
Oh.
which side of Berlin?
Also,
Anthony-
every
Anthony David Collins has a really good point. The potato came from South America. If you're going indigenous, it's C all the way,
shit.
baby.
Ooh.
Potatoes
That's-
only
yeah.
in C. It's a tough one.
Ooh, that is a tough
Potatoes.
one. No
Where's the
fries.
hot dog from? Because Copenhagen has some really good hot dogs.
Hot dog is actually from all 4 quadrants. It's
Oh,
just the
okay. It's right
leftovers
in the
and
middle there.
They scrape them
Somehow
together.
they all, yeah.
Everyone has
Yeah.
their
That's the
own
four
version.
corners of-
Yeah.
Yep. That's what unites us all is the
Yeah.
hot dog.
also I get turkey and B. Every time I look at B, I just think of another country, and I'm like, yeah, I'm set.
Yeah,
Turkey
I think,
right there gets some
just
good
for, I mean,
doner kebab.
Japan
and-
alone is really massive. for me,
Yeah.
and I'm getting enough of like other
Yeah,
cultures.
like
yeah.
Japan and Italy, you know,
Yeah.
the
I
axis
love
Can I
Greek
get that Philly
food,
cheesesteak
of
in Japan?
noodles. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
well,
That's
it depends
colonization.
on- yeah, that's colonization.
That was
I
when
don't think-
Japan colonized Philadelphia. We all
that,
remember
that
right?
classic historical.
Iconic.
B-ball bios. Japan and B instead of D is the only thing stopping from a clear 4-0 sweep
Oh, for
D.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once I
yeah.
saw that Japan was in B, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, D's out for me. But D is, I mean, D's a really strong. team.
Yeah.
It's strong.
I gotta
Yeah.
stick with my people.
Love is
so
strong.
But
I-
if
yeah.
colonization is involved, then obviously A is massive.
Well, it's, yeah, you get the U.S. and the UK.
You get everything.
Oh my god, yeah, it's
You get parts
I
of
had some
France as
incredible
well.
Indian
They're good.
food in London. Like Jesus.
I don't know, guys. Well, Vita's an A, so
But
swing
C,
vote here.
Great
C
point.
is going to get me the origin of coffee, potatoes, and
Oh.
tomatoes.
Ooh.
Oh,
I may have to stay with C. Sorry.
That's not a bad. That's
And
not a bad
cocaine,
point.
probably.
And
Yep.
cocaine. Yeah.
That's what the C's
Cocaine.
for.
That's well, now you have an argument. Like
So Eden's friends.
You
My
didn't-
Well, Eden's
friend.
friend would
my
pick
friend.
moving to C.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
take
that's
long
tough,
for Eden
man.
to turn on her people. She went from like I gotta stay with my people to now okay.
My
I'm in.
friend, Mo.
Friend
Jesus.
turned on her.
God,
people.
Mo.
Whatever.
Not
What
an
person
ally.
do you think I am? Not an ally. Yeah.
No.
Please.
That's fine.
All right. Paul Bowl wants to know which would you rather find living in your attic? 1,000 cockroaches or one person?
Oh,
Oh,
One person.
Ooh, that's tough.
Paul.
give me a
That's tough.
person. I can kill one person. I can't kill 1,000 cockroaches. Nobody can. 1,000? I don't want to see one. If it was one cockroach or one person.
Mm.
I reject
Yeah.
the premise of this question.
Up. Wow, that's not allowed. You have to choose one.
I love having Papa Mays on the show. I love having Walter here.
That's
There
not
are
the
only some
spirit of the
questions on the
game.
answer.
But
What's
kill.
going on with
Kill
on
'em
with this
all.
person?
Yeah, well, I need the story of the person a little bit.
Right. Like, isn't this like a Jane Eyre situation or
I mean, the longer they've been there, the less I think of a big deal it is, right? If they've been living there for
Disagree.
a
They've been
year
getting
and you
away with
haven't
this?
noticed,
For a long time.
I mean, how much
Then they have more
electricity
to
and
know.
water are there?
Guys, I didn't
Good
even
tenant.
know I
You
had
can't
an
hear him
attic.
creeping up there.
yeah, there you go. If you don't even
We're
know you
learning a
have an
lot.
attic, maybe someone's been
Somebody
renting
might
that out.
already be there.
We got a parasite situation. No.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
the pigeon
Yeah.
lady from Home Alone
Parasite.
2.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
Maybe she's been up there.
what about
Get her
one
stinky ass outta
person-sized
here.
cockroach or 1,000 cockroach-sized people?
Well, now if you have 1,000 cockroach-sized people, now you have a whole society that you can shape and mold in your image. I think
God.
that's
I have
awesome.
I'm good.
borrowers in my attic.
Yeah.
Borrowers.
I'm getting them the
Forgot
fuck
about
out.
them.
Hey, Anthony, who played the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2?
I mean, we did it. So it's
Oscar winner.
yeah, I mean,
1989.
I want to say Imelda, but that's not the right name.
Not Imelda.
Susan
Mhm.
Sarandon.
Well, we
She
did.
was in a lot
Go
of
listen to that episode.
No, it's a Home Alone 2
2.
episode. Oh, and she was in the Angels in the Outfield episode.
Donald
Yep.
Trump.
I know she
Donald
won the
Trump.
Oscar for My Left Foot.
Very good.
I know she's Irish, but I
Oh.
can't remember her name.
DDL, Daniel Day-Lewis.
So,
Yeah.
did we get a final answer from you, Dad? Which one is it?
I'm
I
taking
reject
the
premise.
cockroaches. Yeah, he rejected the premise. I'm taking the cockroaches. I don't want a
I think-
person up there.
I think
I can
I
get rid of
think whatever
cockroaches.
Eden picks.
Yeah, I think I'm doing.
Ugh.
Oh no, the pressure's on.
I feel better about getting rid of the
Person.
cockroaches than getting rid of the person.
I was about to say, like, listen, cockroaches gross, of course, but
Person's
like
so much easier.
we have these things called extermination services. Like this is their job.
It's a crime to kill the person.
Yes. Like
Not if
Apparently
no one
not
knows
the
they're
case.
there.
Get rid of the cockroaches.
That's
Not the
home
case.
invasion. Stand
I'm
your
going
ground.
person. I'm going
Calm
person.
down, Florida.
One person is
But I
not
feel like-
getting out of the attic, whereas 1,000 you're expecting me to believe that 1,000
Listen.
cockroaches are confined to the attic. and
Listen,
that's it?
listen. No,
I'll
you
flamethrower
tent
that
that
thing.
shit,
Dude.
tent that shit for a week or whatever, right?
Mhm.
Like everything is
You
gone.
talking about the human or
dead.
the cockroach?
Either way,
Tent that human in your backyard for a week.
I'm good
Find
either
them
way.
another place to go. Problem solved. All right, Bonk's Adventure wants to know, when someone goes bald, does their whole scalp become their forehead?
That's tough.
The derivation of the
Here's
word
the-
forehead, for meaning front, the answer is no.
Got
Right,
Depends
him.
on the
nerd.
shape of the head. Some people have weird shaped heads.
So, like, if
I
your
mean, that
head
was-
goes to here, but your hair started here, and then you're bald, now this is your forehead. It's whatever is right here, right?
So
What's
it's-
in front?
yeah,
What's in front?
When it crests.
whatever you can see from when you look up someone
Right.
face
Like
to
what are
face.
we doing with Tom Thibodeau? Because he's got that little island right there. You
Mhm.
know?
The island is tough.
That's kind of where it
Ooh.
starts
With like
to
4
curve.
hairs.
Yeah.
It's really.
It's where it starts to
Mm.
curve, so I don't know what we're doing there.
What about a cone head, Dad?
Oh, good
Ah.
question.
Well, then it's all the cone.
Yeah,
There's no forehead present.
Correct. It's just the cone.
it's just the
Only
cone.
the
Cone,
cone now.
head, forehead. It's very
But,
explainable once you understand language.
Break it down.
All right, Anusian wants to know best wedding reception song.
I got a pick.
What's
No, but shout's very good, but no. I think it's I Want to Dance with Somebody. Whitney
Yeah.
Houston. That gets everybody going.
True.
Gets everybody going. Everybody loves that song.
have I
I'm
told
so
you-
excited by the Pointer Sisters.
Ooh, that's a good pick too. That's a
I'll
great.
tell you
Solid,
what.
yeah.
Don't Stop Believing or Living on a Prayer. It's also a good gets everybody on the dance floor going.
They
a
have
little
to
bit
be
nuts.
later on though, when everyone's real drunk.
Yeah.
Later. Like these are when it's really
Like
a
we
very,
end
also a
with
very
Journey.
white crowd.
The
Very
problem with
white
Don't
reception.
Stop The problem with Don't Stop Believing is people don't remember most of the lyrics, and there's this
Yeah.
whole thing about hooking up in a
What?
dive bar and
Yeah.
smell of wine and cheap perfume, and I don't think that's an appropriate wedding song.
Ooh, good point.
Mm.
Good
Oh yeah,
point.
we actually put that on our do not playlist, and the DJ was a little surprised that we didn't. I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a
Oh.
like it's I like the song, but it doesn't seem like a wedding dance floor song. It's
Yeah.
like everybody.
It's a good
Belting it
closeout
out
song, though.
song.
It is.
It's a karaoke
the-
song, right?
Karaoke
Like,
song for sure. Yeah.
that's more the setting.
To I want to dance with somebody just reminded me of my wedding, where Amin, who was harassing our DJ the whole time, comes to us, and comes to us when he plays it, walks by Jamie and I, and mouths to me, "You're welcome," because I guess he had just told the DJ play like songs like this.
What
and
song?
I want to
I Wanna
dance with
Dance.
somebody.
Oh, okay.
But we had written down on our list, that's the closeout song.
Oh,
So Amin is taking credit for something, and I'm like, yo, that was the
Amin taking credit for something he had nothing to do with? That's weird.
right. Yeah, Amin's thinking like, and he literally goes like, "You're welcome," like points right at me, and I'm like, what the fuck is
You're
wrong
fucking up the whole playlist, dude.
classic.
Anthony, was it Courtney's wedding where your aunts all lined up and did Back That Ass Up?
That's dope.
I don't remember.
I just
don't know.
just remember
Sounds
the
like
look on
Courtney.
your face as your
Courtney.
5 older white aunts
Yep.
were all just doing that whole. It's like, oh my God, white girls doing Back That Ass Up. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
move.
yeah. I had a lot of fun dancing to Dancing Queen.
Oh,
with,
that was
Yes.
a fun one. Yeah.
Everybody at the wedding, especially Holly. Do you remember what song made Bob take his shirt off, Dad?
Yeah. Well, Bob's an old disco queen, and when you go, 4 songs in a row, you're either going to get out the fan, the whistle, or take off your shirt. So that's how
Yeah.
it goes. You
Yeah.
know.
Of course.
He was in the zone.
Happy Pride.
And then I mean our must plays that we had, like we had Lose Yourself to Dance by Daft Punk and Pharrell.
I was like, I didn't hear Lose Yourself.
to dance. Very
I remember hearing
important
that.
follow
Lose
up
yourself
to
will get me
that.
hyped.
We
And
had
get himself hyped for the reception. That was actually the wedding toast.
This Must Be the Place, Talking Heads, Dreams, Fleetwood Mac. Isabel's favorite song was Just a Girl, No Doubt. That was her anthem right there. But yeah, man, I mean,
Did the music significantly change after the olds left around?
Oh,
10?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
Anthony, the music was all stuff for my people, and I kept going, dude, what is this mix? He says, don't worry about it, Dad. Music's going to change at 10 as a signal for the olds to leave. It's like,
I mean,
okay.
you left without even the signal.
No,
Yeah.
I knew my time was up. Trust me.
Yeah. But I mean, those songs still were great. So it was a good
Yeah,
mix
still
of
bangers.
everything.
Classics. Yeah.
They still slap.
Still slap. Okay. Anusian wants us to power rank these sweet treats: soft serve, gelato, sorbet, snow cone.
Depends on the
Snow
flavor.
cone's dead last.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Soft serve, gelato, snow cone, and
Sorbet.
what? Sorbet.
If it's really good ingredients, really good lemon sorbet is one of the greatest things in the entire world. So if I can control the ingredients, it would go sorbet, gelato, soft serve, snow cone.
I gotta agree
Snow
with
cone
Papa
doesn't even
Mays.
belong on the list.
Yeah,
No.
like
What if we replace snow cone with shaved ice?
I knew you were gonna say that because
I was
that
gonna ask
makes
if
it
it's the
hard.
same thing.
Because that
That
fucks
changes things.
the
That's
whole
really
list
good.
up. That can
That's
really
really
change
good.
some things.
Shaved
There's a
ice
place
is
in
the one
Sawtell.
that's
What is it? Brian's shaved ice or whatever in Sawtell is fucking lethal.
I am gonna drop a picture of some shaved ice.
is shaved ice the like Hawaiian
Yeah.
one?
To me, it's not shaved ice, it's shave ice, and it's only good on a Hawaiian island.
No,
Let me tell
shave
you,
ice is
I-
what
I
you
would
I'll go
normally
with Taiwanese
put on
thing.
your face.
I would
after
normally
Sergio.
agree, but there's this place in Sawtell which is basically straight out of Hawaii. Like it is,
Yeah.
it's
Cool.
perfect. It's perfect. Yeah, I would go gelato, sorbet, soft serve, snow cone. But you throw shave ice in there.
Yeah, I'm like, have y'all heard of this Taiwanese dessert place called Meat Fresh? I'm about to drop a picture.
Neat
in-
fresh.
Yeah, like meet you.
MEAT or
MEET.
MEET? Okay.
I like fresh
That-
meat.
That's a Wisconsin ass
Meat fresh
question.
is different.
I gotta know.
Significantly
Oh,
going
I'm
to change
seeing.
the
Yeah.
answer.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Meat fresh.
I don't see it.
I dropped it into the mailbag chat. I mean the
Private
main
chat.
chat.
I got to remember which screen.
No,
I'm
I
on.
dropped it into the YouTube chat. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not watching YouTube. That's why I
Oh.
don't know what's going on. All right. I never know.
Pudding Q mochi milk.
Yes, all very good. I know the names sound weird, but yeah.
I mean, look at that.
everything-
Look at
Yes.
that soupy display right there. It's all
Giant
kinds of
shaved
stuff up
ice.
there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like really good. Like the ice is like it's basically just like so thinly shaved that like melts immediately
Oh.
with ice cream, condensed milk, like
Icy
toppings.
grass jelly series.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they have the shaved ice series coming up. These,
scared.
yeah.
Okay.
Shaped of a-
Now we're
At
talking.
the-
Whoa.
Right.
We have like the pudding, the fruit flavors, like that
Yeah.
it is pretty
Intimidating.
iconic. Yeah.
There's a
Holy
lot going on there.
shit. Is this a
Yeah.
single serving?
So yeah, they're usually for
1200
like
calories?
two people, 2 or 3 people to share.
Okay, the closest one is 17 miles away.
Oh, they're not
Leave
getting LA
now
yet, I guess.
and-
You can get there in
Alright,
6
this is-
hours.
Zach, what is it on the way to? Is it like on the way to Palm
That's a
Springs?
good-
Is it on the
That's
way
a
to
good question.
surprised that
Vegas or
they're not.
something? Is
Melon
that
jelly? I don't know.
All right, let's see. Let's see where this
Not for me.
is. Where the fuck is this?
I have to go to San Mateo. Oh, there's one in Daly City.
Oh, this is
What?
Closed.
it's in Covina, so I guess I could go on the way to Palm Springs.
San
There you go.
Mateo.
It's a
The
little
closest I can
not
get to a
the
meat
direction
fresh.
I would go, but
All right. Well,
all right.
something for the bucket list there.
Because I will stop at a Sonic on the way to Palm Springs because it's the only Sonic in the area. So I'm like, all right.
Only
Ralph
Sonic
Wiggum with a
within
good
my-
question. Was that corn? It looked like corn. I
It
don't
did
think
look
it
like
was
corn. Yeah.
So it's not corn. Surprisingly, corn is not on the menu, but like there is corn that is heavily used in some Asian desserts. Like it's more of a
Corn?
Korean thing. But yeah.
Corn? When did I have corn?
Latte makes this like corn ice popsicle thing that is I know it sounds weird, but it's so good. Yeah.
I think the floor for soft serve
I
is
have
pretty
no idea if
low.
you pushed that earlier when we said it, or if you pushed.
No.
It just
came up
triggered,
now.
yeah.
That's why I paused right there, Zach. But I think really good soft serve can be
Really good
elite.
soft serve is legit. Like
It is out
It
there.
doesn't get its proper due, but
There's
yeah.
also bad gelato out there.
Yes.
Oh,
For
yes.
sure.
Bad gelato is the worst.
if
worst.
I can plug my friend's gelato shop, Uli's Gelato, which she used to have a storefront, but now is in Whole Foods, mostly in Southern California, so it kind of screws the rest of you guys. But one of the turned me around on gelato. Wasn't big on gelato till I met Uli, and now I'm all in on gelato. It is #1 on my rankings. It is unbelievable.
Anthony, when you went cross country, you did stop in St. Louis and you had Ted Drew's frozen custard.
No.
I love
Oh.
frozen custard.
frozen
my
custard.
God.
Oh my
Frozen
God.
custard.
My dad
Yeah.
makes it, and it is
Yeah.
my favorite. That's my favorite.
They can't call it ice cream because it's
Yeah.
got too many egg yolks in it, but there's a place right on Route 66 in St. Louis that is world famous called Ted Drew's. And its frozen custard is just it's one of those regional treats that is really worth
Yeah,
going
I
out of
was
your
just
way
about to
for.
say, is there frozen custard in New York?
Yes, but Ted Drew's frozen custard
Is
is
yeah.
a special thing.
You said Drew's, right? I thought you said
DREWES.
I thought you
Not
said
Ted Cruz.
Yeah, and that's my first reaction.
Yeah.
What?
I
I was
mean,
confused by a lot.
You know,
for a
you
minute.
might hate him, but it's
That
it's
would be where you
custard.
watch somebody else's husband
Is it-
eat the custard.
Whoa.
Oh no! Too
My
soon?
first job was Culver's frozen custard.
There you go.
Yeah, when Top Chef was in Milwaukee, Kevin Arnovitz was going on and on about a custard in Milwaukee. I can't remember which one exactly, but he was raving about. He was saying like he would get it shipped to him if he couldn't get it. I want to say Cops, maybe. That sounds right. But yeah, custard. So the custard is more egg, and it's like a little.
Yeah, let me tell you, I have not had a better boiled custard than Bill Harper's boiled custard. That is top
I
of the top.
believe it.
Yeah.
Shout to Bill.
Share the wealth, you know? Share the wealth, Bill Harper. Send the
All that
mailbag
time
for
you-
goddamn custard.
All that time you were growing up, Anthony, and I was traveling all over the country as a storyteller. You know, I kept files on everywhere I went and all the different regional foods
files
and everything. Oh, hell yeah. They're in my filing cabinet in the basement. Don't have an
Great.
attic, but I do have a basement.
Can't wait to
Is
find
there
the
a person or a
files.
1,000 cockroaches in it?
There are no cockroaches in the basement.
Any people?
Bitch, Jesus. A friend of mine just got a package delivered to his office 3 days ago, and it's all European cheeses, and it's not addressed to a person, and no one has claimed it. And he says
Oh
he's
my God.
stealing it today. If it's
Absolutely.
rare, he's not going to let it sit over the weekend.
Yeah.
No, you have to steal that.
Jeez.
The grace period's over. I
Yeah.
got an empty package the other day, and I cannot figure out what it is or
What was
where
his
it's
name?
from.
Ted Drews.
Empty custard package.
Mystery cheese showing up is very exciting. I mean, I can't believe he's
Oh my
waited this
God.
long.
That's a
Yeah,
great way
that
to
would've
kill
been
somebody. Because who's not
End
going
of
to eat
day,
it?
Right,
end
right.
of day, unmarked. That's going home
Gone.
with me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
but
waiting
that
until the
it's-
weekend.
But that it's European cheese. It's like,
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm in.
It's the good stuff. Like
100%.
If it's poison, you die happy.
Exactly.
Anthony, you had a bacon of the month membership, I remember,
Yeah.
but did you have a cheese of the month?
I think so.
There's
The
a
bacon
quarter-
of the month, honestly, was like they got too wild with it.
Right.
They were
Oh, like
they were
what?
going too
that
extreme with
mean?
like the types of like boutique bacon they were saying
Right.
instead of just like
Oh.
this is a really good bacon from this area or like this is a really
Yeah.
good bacon from this area. They're like this is the pepper crusted like
I don't need my bacon
I don't need
to
that,
have
yeah.
flavors. I don't
Fucking
need
relax.
I just
Yeah.
need good quality classic bacon.
Yep.
Just cooked right. That's all that I really care about.
Right.
I don't need bacon.
Well, there you are. I can make you beef bacon.
bacon
I
of the
love
Mo
beef
Club.
bacon.
Nothing.
I love.
So you
I
do
love
need
beef
bacon.
I don't need it, but I enjoy it. It is
Mm.
we have it. It's really good.
Fetch a lavash. Fetch a lavash. Beef bacon. J Daddy Rogers wants to know if you could be a Greek god besides Zeus, which one would you be?
Apollo. Imagine the sex.
Aphrodite. Imagine the attention.
Yeah.
That'd be what you want.
I would hate that. I would hate that. Yeah.
That is actually until you don't, but that's right up there for
Yeah.
you.
Apollo,
get sick of it real quick,
imagine the
but-
sex.
Yeah.
There you go.
That
I
was-
mean,
Title.
pretty good.
And then walked right
Yeah.
off.
Mhm. And I'm out.
They
And I'm
should have
over this
come back. That-
conversation.
No, that should be the walk off. Like that's peak right
Mhm.
there.
I mean, that's a great argument for me. Yeah, I pick Apollo too.
Can I date Apollo?
Ooh.
What's his at?
Would you rather be Apollo or date Apollo?
Oh,
Apollo.
No. You don't want to be on the receiving end of an Apollo tantrum.
Oh, I didn't think that's where
You
we were
wanna-
going.
You want to
don't know who
give
I've-
the
you don't know who
Apollo
I've dated.
tantrums.
I don't know who you dated, but I
Apollo's
can
nothing.
guess who you dated. Holy.
Might have already.
Yeah, I might have already done it. I didn't know.
I mean, Dionysus, Mr. Party
Drinking.
Man.
Yeah.
Again, imagine
Alcohol.
the sex.
Yeah, I mean, what's just you wouldn't be able to remember it? Is that the issue with Dionysus?
I don't know what. Yeah. Did any of you watch? It ran and it was canceled on Netflix. Chaos, KAOS.
With Jeff Goldblum, I didn't watch
Oh,
it.
Goldblum. Yeah, it was really, really good. And Dionysus was so fucked up. I loved
Who's
it.
is it Hermes? Who was the the one who was like all trickery and cunning and all
Yep.
that
Yep.
Yeah.
mischief. I wouldn't mind fucking with some people.
Yeah.
And you get some
You
winged
already do.
sandals.
Yeah, but to be the god of it, come on. Like I'm just an amateur. To be the god of it,
I don't know if I want you to have that power.
I think that would
We
be
don't.
very fun for me.
We know that we don't.
That would be a very, very good time for me.
This would be
Hephaestus would be the perfect podcast producer. Just a really like embarrassed nerd who works on his craft. You
Well,
know?
and he's also
Aw.
ugly. That's the thing about Hephaestus.
Yeah.
I always felt sad.
Aw.
He's got a face for radio, Hephaestus.
But imagine the sex. He's got to make up for it.
He was married to
Overcompensated for that
Aphrodite,
face.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Good point.
But this question is really, which Greek god would you be? But imagine the sex.
Yeah.
If you were only fucking.
Poseidon on a waterbed. Imagine the sex.
Okay.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Unfolded leaf 9. Rank these chip bases for a walking taco.
2.
Wait, what? Walking taco?
Like
It's
like
Fritos
the-
in a
the-
bag. It's usually
Yeah, Frito pie.
you just
it's
put
Red
like a-
those in
Doritos,
a
like
blue
bag.
Doritos, Fritos, traditional tortilla chips.
All right, Frito's number 1.
Fritos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fritos.
That is-
Fritos.
that's
The
tried and
shape.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then nacho cheese Doritos
I think Cool Ranch might be the way.
for the walking taco.
Yeah, I think if you,
I'd
think
like a
that could be-
mixture.
well, a mixture would be very nice. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I've been asking Doritos for years. They won't respond.
Yeah, it's just like I keep thinking it would be so good if they would like make a hot Cheetos and regular Cheetos mix bag.
Mm. You know what I'm all good on? Making all this hot Cheetos encrusted shit.
I'm good on that too. Like
You know what it feels like? It feels like white people discovered hot Cheetos.
yes.
That's what it feels like. I'm
Yeah.
good. Okay,
What to
like
do.
let's stop overdoing.
We
this.
got
It's
it.
a bunch
You
of
found them.
chef
Yeah,
reactions
them.
videos of them
job.
adding hot Cheeto dust.
Like I
to
saw a
everything.
thing yesterday or the other day where it was like the entire chicken cutlet was hot Cheetos encrusted, and then, like it was like 4 different items of like this one meal that were all encrusted in hot Cheetos. I'm like, okay,
No,
like
you
Yeah.
get one.
you've
at
done
most.
yeah.
Well, let's do 0.
Surprise! Tortilla chips dead last.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a bringing the
Yeah,
least flavor
because-
profile.
Like
Yeah,
also like there's too many like not that good tortilla chips out there. Like there's no quality control for when you just say tortilla chips.
yeah.
right?
You
Like-
really gotta search out the good stuff.
Yeah, like the Vista Hermosa ones are so good, but then you have like just regular plain ones that like that can't even pick up salsa without breaking.
So
We need
Eden,
a
you are
specific tortilla chip in this scenario because we've got Fritos,
Yeah.
Doritos. You
Yeah.
can't just throw in like a generic
Right.
kind of chip.
I mean, it would
Pika-
have to be like
Pika, I love it.
Tostitos or something.
Eden,
Yeah.
Eden and Katie are delineating my rule. All of these things, I reject the premise unless I can control the ingredients. And if I can
Mhm.
control the ingredients, I will play your silly game.
Ooh, what about a salsa verde
You are
Dorito?
way too much of a control freak for.
Sure.
these
Oh, you know what about
hypotheticals.
that Thai chili Dorito?
The sweet Thai
That might
chili
be-
one.
yeah, that might be kinda-
What
that might
about
be good.
taco Doritos?
Taco
Two
Doritos,
on the
they
nose.
brought
on
them
the
back and
nose,
they made
yeah,
me so
2 on the
happy.
nose.
I love taco Doritos. They're so good.
That's
Wait,
what
are
they
the
used to
salsa
be,
verde ones
Katie.
good?
There were only taco
They're
Doritos when I was a
okay.
kid. That's all there was.
But in
Oh,
what
I love
I
that
think
they
in this
keep the bag
scenario, it might be
classy.
In this
it might
one,
be a hit.
it'll
Yeah,
work.
Okay.
I'm going to Home State after this, by the way, because they got a great walking taco.
Home state's so good.
Yes,
Do we have a home state up here? No? I want
I
to
think
go.
it's just an
is,
LA
so-
thing, right?
Yeah, there's only 2. It's one in the valley, or 3. One in the
Ah.
There's
valley,
3. Yeah,
Echo Park, and
Time
one
to
in
go on a
Culver
road
City.
trip to LA.
Yeah.
Food.
Texas Kitchen and Southern
Papa Mays, you
California.
come down. We'll
Oh.
definitely do a food
Oh
tour.
my
We'll go to a
God.
whole
Oh my
bunch
God.
of places.
yeah.
I'll take you to my favorite Italian restaurant. We'll go to we'll go hit sushi with Zach wherever Zach wants to go with sushi.
Mhm.
We'll take you to Home State. We'll get
I
to
got
Shaved
you.
Ice.
All right.
We got you covered.
Fuck you,
Mo's-
Anthony. I'm going without
Yeah,
you. Bye.
Mo's never invited me to come do a food
Just
tour.
Papa Mays. Papa Mays only.
Let me know the
Mays-
dates.
Yeah.
What's the point? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with this. What do you mean?
It's
got miles
hard.
to burn.
You you just got married. You got to bring your wife, and then it's hard
True,
to get a
yeah,
table
it's a
for
whole
then
thing,
it's- now we're looking at a table for 5. It's more challenging.
Yeah, they don't have those here.
Nope.
No, it's hard. It's
You
hard.
can't accommodate. Simply
4
can't.
is the
Now we
perfect.
got 2 really tall people to seat. It's,
Oh,
It's
two
too much,
tall
yeah.
people, 2 people
Oh, it's the
over
worst.
Yeah.
over 6'5". No.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. We're gonna get a table for 4 so that Papa Mays can sit comfortably. We're
Thank
gonna be
you.
set.
LT Smash says, take Papa Mace to the coffee shop and confront the guy that doesn't like boogie.
Yo, I
Papa
stared
Mays
this
hablo
motherfucker down
español.
for a good 3
Buddy.
minutes today. This guy, it was just us today. I just stood there, faced him the whole time. I cannot stand this dude. Oh my god. He like, I think he pretended to go to the bathroom just to like get away. He like walked in the bathroom.
Nice.
I can't
Nice.
stand this guy.
I love making
Hey-
people uncomfortable who deserve it.
Oh yeah. Hey Maze, it's Bay Area Burger Week.
Ooh.
Okay.
What does this mean?
So
You
maybe
have
we
my-
could
Say
do
Barry
some
or Mary?
attention.
Bay Area Burger Week.
It's the
Oh,
Barry Burger Week.
Birria Burgers.
Why?
Birria Burgers at
Birria.
Ted Cruz's.
No, Barry, like you bury a burger. I just didn't
I
know if
know.
this was some weird,
I thought you were saying, I
Barry.
thought you just said birria.
Birria.
Like a
Yeah, I
fucking
thought so
stewed-
too.
Stewed meat taco.
Oh my
that
God.
we got here. And then I did see that like a place that brought the smash burger to San Francisco is closing.
I heard that.
Aw.
Yeah.
So all right, well if you want to do, I mean normally you make me buy you like $150 steak for your birthday, but
Well,
if
that's
you wanna,
always
you
good,
want to
too.
slum it with burgers, we can definitely do that
Mays
instead.
is happy to do that.
$150
No problem.
worth of burgers from around the Bay Area, though.
there you go.
There we
Damn it.
go.
Backfire.
Don't,
That-
hey,
Now,
That
now
tracks.
that's like
forget-
6 days of meals for the
don't
same
forget
Birthday
July
week.
6th. Don't forget July 6th, National Fried Chicken Day for the tour of the fried chicken in San Francisco Bay Area.
the fried chicken.
Pollo frito. All right.
Buddy.
Anusian wants to know, was TV better before we all cut the cord and went to streaming?
No.
TV was better when there were only 3 channels. God damn it.
Yeah.
You had to get up off the chair and change the channel yourself.
Yes. When it was a dial.
The Partridge Family came on after the Brady Bunch, and we watched it because we were too lazy to get out of our chairs.
Exactly.
Same with jingles. Once Alan
You
Thicke
didn't-
died.
What's Alan Thicke that? You didn't know if you liked Three's Company, but damn it, you were gonna watch it because it was on.
Okay. Well, so yes is
no,
what
I
you're
think
saying.
well,
Yeah,
saying no.
I think
Definitely not.
TV maybe it crested and now maybe it's I don't know that it's good now.
It's not.
It's
I feel like we've gotten well, I mean, one, they're pulling back on all the studios and everything. Are
Yeah,
pulling
they
back
don't
on
really
what
know what
they're-
to do right now.
Are we counting like
there's-
older HBO shows? Are we counting like Sopranos, The Wire, like
No,
that
no,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Those count.
I mean,
We're
don't get me wrong,
talking,
you can
like,
always go back to
Not
watch those,
basic
but
cable,
like,
right?
Basically, before streaming, so like before Netflix started making
So what was that,
original
like,
shows,
20
mid
15?
2010s, I want to say,
Yeah.
because they were still like, once they transitioned from like they mail you DVDs to like you can watch all the movies on there, and
So
then
now they're making shit.
now they're making stuff. I mean, I think that there is still very good television out there,
Sure.
but I think on average, yes. I think a lot of people that make
Diluted the
television are
quality.
completely lost right now. Like TV was
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
when MTV was a channel that like had an identity and you could like turn on
What's
MTV at
next?
any time of the day and
Mhm.
know that you were getting
Oh, next.
so, but you're talking
God,
about
that show was good.
overall like TV
Room Raiders.
watching experience,
Room
not necessarily
Raiders.
just saying like TV shows specifically.
I mean, I think the Mad Men, Sopranos, The Wire, so like the 2000s would be considered like the peak of
Yeah. I'll tell you
Quality.
when it officially died, when Better Call Saul ended. I think that's when it officially
that was the last one.
Time of death.
When
time of death.
AMC was like, "Come on,
Yeah.
watch our Native American Western show, please." We still
Except
got The Walking Dead, please.
50
Except-
different iterations of The Walking Dead.
people like you, Anthony, who say, and you're not alone, that Andor is one of the best things that's ever been made on television. So if you increase production, which they did, you're going to get the potential of really, really good shows is going to go up, and the increase of mediocre to crappy television is also going to exponentially increase.
But they've also
Yes.
like with the strikes and everything, they're decreasing everything. Like
Right.
the studios themselves are like,
That's
not really-
you guys are talking about specifically Western TV though, not
Yeah.
And
worldwide.
nobody else
Yes,
watches
yes.
that other stuff. Eden, what are you talking about?
Well, because like I just want to bring up like using Korean TV shows for example, it's like those are still the same studios that were making shows for TV that are making them today. Netflix has given them money to continue doing what they have always done well, to do things even better.
And they're
But, like,
distributing.
yeah, that their quality of TV has gotten better and better and better because of the international money that's now been poured into it. But it was good to begin with, and they never stopped producing for their native watching. That they still care about TV ratings. Like you still see which dramas have the highest like TV ratings. Like I know we as Americans don't keep up, but like I thought it was so interesting when like, you know, K-dramas became more popularized on Netflix and people are giving Netflix credit for them. And I'm like, no, that's JCBC, that's Studio Dragon, that's CJ Entertainment. Like this is not Netflix. Netflix paid to put their money on this show's name. They are not who produced the show. Like, so
yeah.
I just,
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think in that sense, it's really like because there are like Danny McBride went to South Carolina and just started making TV out there and has built up like the Righteous Gemstones and Vice Principals were all shot out there, and he's got his own crew that like basically live out there, and he's like making TV with his friends. And like Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, they're in Albuquerque, and like they set up shop there. And so there are like
Hollywood
outposts
anymore.
that are kind of set up that can produce really quality shit that then need the distribution or whatever.
Right.
I mean, Dad, in terms of Andor is an exception. It's not the rule.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that you have the potential with the current level of output, even acknowledging, as Mo says, it's decreasing. You have the potential to have a better show if more resources are being put into the making of a television program. It also means you're going to get a lot of shit. But it's like, if somebody back here in the B-Ball bio said Game of Thrones would be the last major show that had everyone hooked at the same time. That is a freaking white people cultural illusion. Game of Thrones at its peak was watched by 19 million people a week, okay? MASH at its peak was watched by 90 million people a week. When you increase the number of opportunities for people to watch, there is no one thing. There is no mega culture, monoculture. There's no water cooler show, you know?
So we're not all watching Love Island right now. Is that what you're telling me? It's just
We
me.
are not all
We are
watching
not.
Love
Still
Island.
never.
We
Yeah,
are
still
not.
never
Katie and her
seen it.
bubble.
Haven't watched
Great.
it yet.
I thought we were
But
Really
together on
picking
this.
up.
Katie, you get the opportunity of believing that there are people out there that make television just for you, and they are.
And I love them for that.
Mm-hmm.
But we did
What are
all
you
watch
watching
Secret
right now,
House,
Dad?
or Secret Wives of, or Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives, right?
What is Daddy watching now?
July 1st reunion.
I'm watching Murderbot. I'm watching. I'm doing.
Oh, is Murderbot good? I just
I'm
saw a
enjoying
thing for
Murderbot
it.
very much.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it
It's
very much.
super quick.
Yeah,
Like it's
they're
like
fast
20 something minute
episodes.
episodes, so binging
I-
it to catch up is super easy.
I
Okay.
just finished
Skarsgård's
my.
good.
I just finished my. I believe it is my 5th rewatch of The West Wing, and so I started rewatching 6 Feet Under, and that's making me happy seeing where that started. I'm watching. Oh my god! No, I can't. That documentary about Ohio State and the wrestlers. Oh my god, it's devastating. It's not a well-made documentary, but what it uncovers and what they do, it's, you know, and fuck Jim Jordan. Hello, fuck Jim Jordan. There we are. That was devastating. I watched.
So you're talking about Surviving Ohio State?
Surviving Ohio State. Yeah, I just
On
watched that
HBO.
last night. Yeah.
Have you ever watched Poker Face?
I watched maybe one episode, and there's something about her that I can't quite figure out why I don't like her.
She's a woman.
Because she's a woman. That's it.
But sounds kind of like a man.
It sounds like a man, so you think she's a man, but then she's a woman, so then
Then
you
you
get
get all confused.
disappointed.
Man. You don't know what's going on, and then you fall asleep, and then you have these weird ass dreams.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
So Friday night at the welcome event, when my friends are coming in, my dad turns to me and starts yelling at me from across the room. You never talk about any of your female friends. You only talk about the male friends. I didn't know you had any female friends. What the hell's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you don't care about the female friends.
That is so not true. That is so not true. You are so wrong.
He loves Eden.
Thank
He
you.
does love Eden, yes.
Love Eden.
But Eden wasn't there Friday night, so it was my other friends that were there, and also I came in and he was sitting with two of my female friends who were punctual and on time, and it was just like the six of them having a nice little conversation. And he knew
That's
both
how
of
I
them.
found out you had female friends.
Not true. Not true. But Poker Face, I mean, the second season has been
Yeah, I've only seen the first season. I liked it, but I also was not compelled to watch the second season.
it's
Never
it's
seen it.
not like it doesn't have the highest ceiling, but it's got a pretty high floor of just like every
They
week
got a lot of guests on there. Like,
lot of
kinda-
guest stars.
It
And
got so popular, I think, that like the second season was able to kind of become. I'm not enjoying it as much.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, I would say the best, and the thing that's cool about it is that you don't need to like really watch them in order.
Right.
You can kind of just pick and choose. But like I think it's episode 5 is set in it's in the Florida Panhandle, and Gabby Hoffman, or sorry, episode 4. Gabby Hoffman is a like good cop who continually gets beat at the Flopa Copa Police Awards
Hilarious.
by Kumail Nanjiani, who is a TikTok influencer named Gator Joe,
oh
who
my
has a gator that he puts in the back of his cop car. He's got like a bleach blonde mullet. That one's great. It's called The
that
Taste
was-
of Human Blood. That's definitely like
been
the
the
highlight
best
of the season.
Yeah, that's been the best one this season, and Kunal plays it so well, dude.
Yeah,
he's
he's
so
like-
good at it.
He's like kind of doing the accent, but it also kind of sounds like he's faking the accent because you would if you were a TikTok influencing.
It
Gator
starts
cop.
out. He has his gator. It's like when he's a baby. It's a baby gator with like he has the little
He
the Bjorn
rescued
or
it.
whatever, and then he's carrying.
Oh
It's
my god.
it's really funny.
I mean, now that the
Yeah,
Karen
that
Reed
was a
trials
good
wrapped
one.
up, I got some free time.
You
to
got
watch
time
some new
now, you got
stuff.
time now.
Yeah, my girl's
And
not
then,
guilty.
and then it's like it was a little bit of a reprieve, and then the Bear season 4
Oh
comes
yeah.
back.
Bear's about to
next week.
start. Gilded Age is about to start back up. And there's a third one I'm waiting for, but I don't remember what it is.
We're going week by week with the Bear.
No, they're
Right.
fucking doing the binge again, man.
Hell yeah!
That's
Watch
what
the whole
Zach
thing in a
wants.
day.
As my dad fires up his television.
That's the only way I
Okay.
can remember what I'm watching.
Yep.
I'm
it's the only way
watching
to
and
know.
just like that, but it's not good, and it never has been, and it never
Did you watch?
will
Did
be.
you watch the Mulaney show?
Everybody live,
live
or
show?
everything's
Yeah.
live.
I've seen most of them.
I did not. I mean, I don't really
pretty
watch
good.
any late night type
It's pretty
talk
good.
show stuff, but
He's
I know
one
some-
of I think the most interestingly funny people that's ever been. And what I love about him is he swings big, and I'm not sure if the show is a swing and a miss, but I'm just having the best time watching it.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I find him funny. I don't love him.
Yeah.
But it is like it hits in a way that I can't really explain.
Yep.
and
I
Squid
got-
Game is wrapping up soon, or it's coming back for the
I
final
haven't
Second half,
season.
yeah.
I haven't watched the second season. Is it worth?
It had a
going through
bad
it?
cliffhanger because they split
It's
season 2 in
it's
half.
one
Oh.
season
Right.
that they split into 2.
Right,
Yeah,
I
it's
got that,
not-
but like, is
yeah.
it work? So at least it's good that I didn't watch the second season. So
Yeah, I intentionally waited. I was like, I'm not doing this cliffhanger. I'm just gonna wait for both seasons. to be out.
And then Dad, how excited are you for Alien Earth?
I'm going to watch it. I'm going
Is
to
it-
hold my judgment until I get 2 episodes in and see what they do.
Is this like
Um,
After Earth?
Yeah. Good luck to us all.
Same number of letters. I mean, that looks intriguing to me. I didn't see Romulus, but
I couldn't bring myself to see Romulus.
yeah, but I
Oh,
like
it
that
was not
potential.
good.
That's what I heard.
It was not good. Romulus was
Ooh.
real bad.
Ooh,
You know what was kind of fun, and it's partly because I just love all the Predator movies and stuff. The Predator cartoon that they just put on Disney Plus, Killer of Killers.
I've heard that's
Yeah.
fun.
That's actually like that's like a fun, like it's not amazing or anything, but it's a cool little cartoon and it continues the Predator run. I enjoyed that.
nice.
Got
And
me
they have
rewatching Prey.
they have a new Predator movie coming out in November.
Yes, I will be there.
Mo will be there. Predator
Anthony?
fans.
Anthony, was it you who told me about Room 237, the movie about the freaks who find the conspiracies in The Shining?
I mean, maybe it's that was a while ago. That was like
I know.
Over a
I
decade
couldn't
ago.
I couldn't remember what it was called, and I couldn't find it by like looking for The Shining and whatever. And and so I finally found it, and it's like, what a stupid goddamn look at a bunch of weirdos who have no life.
Oh.
It's so awful.
I thought. First of all, now you're blaming me for that.
It is your fault, yes.
Yeah.
But
He
look,
wanted
no
you to
treat-
admit to
You're
it.
the one
so he
told me
could
about it.
berate you.
You're really
You're the one that
okey
told me
dokey on
about
that
it.
one. You're like, was it you who told me about this thing?
I asked,
And
It
fuck
was
you.
horrible.
I asked you, and you told me it might be you. So therefore, that's an acknowledgement.
That's enough.
That's all I need.
I mean,
The defense rests.
that is perfect conspiracy theory bait. It's Kubrick. It's
Yeah.
The Shining. Let's overanalyze every single thing that ever could have possibly happened with this in
all you need.
2012.
I consider it one of my greatest failings that most of Stanley Kubrick's movies just enrage me, and I can't stand him. He just really.
Which
and-
one? What's like the one that just gets you the most?
Oh, Dr. Strangelove is one of the most perfect films
Yeah.
ever made.
No,
It's-
but like
That
enrages
drives you crazy.
Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. I'm glad
I-
he died after that because he
It-
deserved to
Wow.
die.
It is one
Wow.
of the most maddening movies that is like it is trying so hard
To do a lot. Yeah.
to be something that it just fucking fails at.
Yeah, and it's
Like they're like the whole what was her name? Lily Sobieski.
yes,
That whole part, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like that whole part, I'm like, this is just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
hate
I don't.
that.
He didn't get to finish it, so who knows what he
Where
would
was
have
it going? Where was
done?
it going?
But the
Yeah.
fact that he took like 2 years and ruined Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman's marriage,
Relationship. Yeah.
and they like didn't bail at any point is pretty wild. Like he was definitely losing his marbles a little bit making that movie.
Ugh.
He rebuilt New York
person.
City and London instead of shooting in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh.
It
As
was
you
that
do.
much cheaper.
You have
It
to.
was that much cheaper to do that in London and build New York than just film in New York is kind of amazing.
Wild.
And then Always Sunny season 17, Zach, July 9th. They're still doing it.
I'm
17.
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, last season wasn't like amazing, but it was still
Yeah, the last couple seasons have not been the best.
because it's
Has-
fucking.
How could they
17
be?
seasons.
I know.
Yeah, like how?
Because that's the thing. Like, I'll start rewatching old seasons as it gets up to the new one. I'm like, man, these are
Yeah,
105
The-
mile an hour fastballs, and then it's
ceiling's
like,
too
oh,
high.
they threw 93 here. Like,
But they all
Still
got
fastball,
they're
but-
all doing stuff, right? Different things now at this point. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
they
Bill
all have-
Gates fucking owns a soccer team. Like,
Busy.
yeah, that's like
that's
good.
doing
Like,
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, fucking Mac and Dee are married, and they're both Hollywooded out, and he's
Mhm.
best friends with Ryan Reynolds, and she's got 7 other shows.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine it would be able. They're so spread out. And he had what was it, Mystic Quest or something like that?
Mythic Quest, yeah,
Mythic
which
Quest
was like co-created by Cricket.
yeah.
That was Cricket's show, really more
Because
than
he was like
anything.
one of the main. Yeah, he was like one of the main writers on Sunny, like one of the main creators. Which I liked Mythic Quest, like the first couple seasons.
Yeah. It's totally watchable. It's like Silicon Valley light.
Yeah.
Mm.
It just got messed up when COVID hit. I think like it would have been a better show
Yeah.
carrying on once like if COVID doesn't happen, I think they didn't really know what to do then. But it was a really good show before. I would recommend the first 2 seasons highly.
Dennis was just in Sirens.
He was playing a giant man child.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny. What did you think of Sirens, Katie? Yeah.
I feel like nothing really happened, but I kept watching. I think maybe I just liked the scenery.
It was only 5 episodes, which was really the selling point. But it was so weird, and it was like it had this kind of ominous, like witchy tone that they never paid off.
Right. Like
and then it's over. It's like does she actually have powers? Julianne Moore and Kevin Bacon and
it just looked like another one of those Nicole Kidman, Renee Witherspoon things.
Yeah. Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
Montauk.
Okay.
That's what it was. But Julianne Moore really loved falcons and hawks. She loved taking care of her raptors. That was her big passion.
Bless you.
God bless you. Bless you.
Tires is a fun little show.
Tire season 2 just came out. Yeah, I think I watched like 1 episode of the first season. I'm gonna try to get into that.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to get into, but it's funny. And then season 2 is pretty good. Like season
Steph
2.
Tolev in season 2.
Who?
Steph Tolev.
Oh,
she has a Netflix special coming out. She's so
she's
fucking
season 1 or
funny.
season 2. She plays Stavros' wife. I think it is early season 2. Oh my god, she like her part. Like she's only in 1 episode so far. I've gone through all season 2, but her character is so fucking funny. Oh my god, like she's a psychotic
so funny.
wife. Yeah, no, she's hilarious, and like her as his wife is like a perfect
that's quite a pair.
And then, did you see her? Did you see her on his podcast recently? Mm-hmm. So there was a clip that went around that was so funny, and he just mentions, he's like, you look like the first, I want to say it was like naval captain or admiral or something, like in Greece. Like he's like there was like this Greek female naval officer or like famous one. He's like, that's what you've always reminded me of. And then they look up a picture, and she's like, holy shit, that's me. Like it's like this painting of her of like this naval officer, like this famous one from like, I don't know, like the 1900s or 1800s or something like that. And it is, I mean, it's dead on her. Like it's a
I gotta find
hilarious
that
clip. Yeah, I think I saw it on his Instagram.
Her with Jordan Jensen going through like the name she had in her phone for different Tinder guys, and she'd be like, Lake Man. She's like, oh, Lake Man was fucking disgusting. She's going through that. Was so good.
That's funny.
She's a very aggressive comedian. She's so funny.
A lot of gyrating.
I wonder why Katie likes her.
Yeah, it's
we rode the boat together at one of those shitty country bars. It was a great time.
Oh, at the one by the was it Saddle Ranch?
No, in Madison.
Store? Oh,
not Saddle Ranch.
I would never touch that bull in Saddle Ranch.
Oh my god.
All right, well that is going to do it for us this week.
Oh wait, real quick.
Oh,
I'm going to Sergio in an hour.
Shit.
What do we think he's going to have on?
Has Rogan dropped a new episode today?
I don't know when he drops.
Rogan is
12:30 on a Friday.
Alien something.
Yeah. I think Alien Conspiracy is probably right.
Yeah, something alien with a touch of racism.
I think everything that's going on right now in the world, I think you're going to get him doing some of his own research.
Well, see, but the last 2 times I've gone, it's been travel stuff. It's been travel stuff.
Right. But I think now, because we're basically on the brink of World War III, like I think you're going to get some of that. That's what I mean in terms of research. You're going to get something of him kind of exploring that realm.
I think it's going to be back to like Nicaragua travel stuff. I think he's feeling a little homesick.
You could only be so lucky.
Yeah.
It's going to be way
Fingers
worse.
crossed.
All right. For Papa Maze, for Eden, for Zach, for Katie, for Mo, I'm Maze. Catch you next time on the Mailbag.
Why does my hand look